Hey everybody, my name is Erin and this is Daily Elevations. Yesterday I talked about BRFWA, which stands for Breathe, Relax, Feel, Watch, and Allow, and it's a way to just stay with those heavy and hard feelings. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about reframing our thoughts as another way to handle our hard feelings. So most of the time, we have strong attachments to what happens, our circumstances, the nature of the world, and we think that our feelings are in direct response to that thing that happened out there. But they're actually not, because otherwise everybody would have the same feeling all the time to the circumstances that we're in. But people have very different reactions and different responses to the very same circumstances, which means it's not what's happening that is creating feelings in us, but it's our thoughts about what is happening that creates feelings within us. And right now, what I've been noticing is a lot of people are naming certain things as bad, as terrible, as scary. And when we say something is bad, that makes, oh, something is bad. There's like this little kid in all of us that's like, oh no, something's bad. I need to find safety. I need to find, like we get triggered by words like bad and terrible. So my really simple thought, and honestly, this was like the video that I thought I was going to do first because I was just watching this swarm of information come out about the coronavirus and what was happening, and I watched everybody go into this storytelling about how bad it was. But when we are locked in to this idea that things are bad, we're not able to see what else is possible. We're not in that creative brain of love and faith. We're in our fear brain of reaction and run and fight, which is not the creative part of our brain. That's that reptilian brain. That's the part that makes us no better than animals. So when we can engage, when we can start to catch ourselves when we're judging something as being bad in any way, shape, or form, whatever your word for not good is. And things don't have to be good either. I'm not saying to become a Pollyanna, but I'm saying, can we just neutralize whatever those judgments are? So rather than claiming something as going to be a certain way, can you just say, wow, this is happening? Nothing like this has ever happened to me before, which is also true. You want the neutral statement to also be a true statement, but a statement that doesn't cause you to go into reaction, but allows you to just be present, like on the level, observing, watching, being with what is, so that you really have the option to respond with the many choices that are available. When we are afraid, we go into our habits, our reactions, where oftentimes if you've ever had something happen and then you do the thing that you always do and you're just like, ugh, why did I do that again? That's because we had some thought trigger that takes us from A to Z, rather than being able to be in that present space where we have the option of B and C and D and E and any of those places. We can hop off the roller coaster and be like, okay, I'm going to choose this. I'm going to be present to this moment and make a choice about this moment rather than just running or fighting through this moment, trying to pretend ultimately that there's a better way or that things aren't actually happening. So, little process about this reframing. There's experiences that we have in our lives. There are feelings that we have about those experiences, but really there are thoughts in between the experience, which is always pure and always neutral. And depending on how faith-filled you are everything's always divinely perfect. Might be something that you take on. That everything over here in experience land can be used as an opportunity for us as individuals to learn and grow. Everything that we think is wrong about our experiences, we reject the opportunity that we have to learn and grow in some way. Because we're just shut down. That's bad, that's wrong. It doesn't give that door for us to open and be like, whoa, what can I take away from this? Who can I become in this? If everything was made for me, if everything was perfectly designed for me to ultimately become the greatest version of myself I could be, what can I rise to here rather than how can I make this circumstance wrong? Because when we make something wrong, then we get to feel right and we get to kind of disconnect from any action that we might need to take. So noticing as we go through this very unprecedented time where we don't know how long this quarantine time is going to last, we don't know what changes are going to come out of it, we have really no idea what is coming or who we're going to be when we get there. But it's cool because we have the choice right now to pay attention to what reality are we creating with the thoughts that we have. So notice the experiences that are happening. See if you can break them down into the most neutral things and then find more neutral experiences for your thoughts. If you already have a pretty neutral experience for your thoughts, you might reach for something a little more empowering or activating in terms of how can I grow? How can I learn? What would be the next thought that I could reach to that would allow myself to feel empowered or supported or safe? So if you notice what it is that you want to be feeling rather than what you are feeling, then you might be able to just shift your thoughts enough to another true thought, but that one that helps you to get where you want to go, because it is ultimately our feelings that drive our actions. It's our thoughts that drive our feelings. And if we can really believe that our experiences are truly neutral, they're just there for us to play with as human beings. Going down the line, we have a choice of how we want to play. We can take the ball and bring it home and ruin the fun for everybody, or we can find the ways to engage through any challenging circumstance. And I say this because I have been through some challenging circumstances. And I know that this opportunity for using absolutely everything, the worst, most horrible things, can also be used for your growth and learning, can help you wake up the magnificence and the brilliance and the infinite possibilities within your soul. So rather than keeping yourself small and blaming the circumstances around you, how can you allow yourself to awaken and grow through even the hardest times? And the place to do that is to play with, what am I really thinking about these circumstances? What stories am I telling myself? And what are the better thoughts that will give me better feelings, that will bring me to better action and contribution to this world at this time? So I thank you so much for watching. I hope this is inspirational. These are two paths. This is path number 2, playing with the thoughts. If you want to it's also really important to be with your feelings at times. So if you're looking like, I just need to have space for this, go back to yesterday's video and you'll see how to just hold space for your feelings. So I bow to who you are, the light within you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.